Alright, hello everyone. This is Rich, and I am here with my first Q&A for my channel. So, yeah, I got enough questions over time to do a Q&A. So, yeah, most of these are from, what the hell is his name? Stuffed Burrito Entertainment, aka Big Gabe, but some other people like questions too, so I figured why not. And I'm going to put their links to their channel below and whatnot, so if anyone wants to go and, check them out, highly recommend them, and stuff like that. Alright, first one is from JRDNR87. What the hell's his name? What's his real name? Jordan, I think. He asked me, do you want to be plugged by me? And I wrote these all down, by the way. I put yes, but not in a way that would make baby Jesus cry. And next, his real question was, what are your favorite full moon films? I looked it up, and I have Puppet Master 1 through 5, because after really that, it's like Retro Puppet Master and Curse of the Puppet Master and Axis of Evil and all that kind of stuff, and they're just not good. Anything after 5 is crap. Let's see here. Pit and the Pendulum, Trancers. Now, I can account for Trancers 1 and 2. Can't see in my hand. 1 and 2. But I don't remember any of the other ones after that offhand. But I think I liked them. I like to say I liked them. I like Jack Death. I like that guy. Dollman. Demonic Toys. Dollman versus Demonic Toys. Seed People. Bad Channels. Arcade. Remote. Shrunken Heads. And Hideous. And the only reason I put fucking Hideous on here is because it's directed by David D. Falco, who directed Heavy Metal Massacre, one of my worst films of all time. I actually have like a bunch of his films that I really have never like put on here. Like I have, like, what is it, Backlot Murders. I think I did a DVD update with The Wrong Side of Town or The Wrong Side of the Tracks or something. Something with Batista in it. I know that. But yeah, those are my ones for that YouTube person. He actually does really awesome DVD updates and videos and stuff like that. That's where I got my idea to do the Netflix updates, because I do watch a lot of Netflix, and he started doing that, so I started doing it. So I ripped him off. Alright. Next is a question. I like how we make sure I notice it by putting it all in, capital letters. It goes, dude, I have a question. When are we going to see a horror movie update? That's the most important thing. Lols. And I wrote, by the way, this is from NecroBlood666. I wrote, when I get a chance to watch more movies. And that's the truth. Like, right now, I was sick for, like, literally a week and a half. So, all I was doing really was, like, sleeping and being sore. And I think I played a lot of Harry Potter Lego, or Lego Harry Potter. But other than that, I think I watched this one series on there called Code Monkeys. And I haven't watched any of my DVDs. I haven't been, like, in a horror mood as of late, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what I got. So I will do horror movie updates when I can, or DVD updates when I can, when I think I have enough, to, give you guys a decent DVD update. Yep. Okay. This is where a decent one is. From Samantha739. She said, could you do a video, which I guess I am, about the best movie sequels or the worst ever made? I always like your opinions. Well, first off, thank you. Secondly, I have, for the best, I have Troll 2, because that movie's awesome. Rec 2 or Record 2 is pretty awesome. Child's Play 2. Revenge of the Nerds Part 2. Rec 2 is a great continuation of the first one. If you haven't seen Rec, it's they did a remake of it called Quarantine. That's the original version of it. A lot better in my opinion. Child's Play 2 is a great continuation, I think, of the story. There was an original script for Child's Play 2 that actually had Mike Norris and Andy's mom in there. But I don't think either one of those actors at the time could do the movie or wanted to do the film. So they had to go with another script. But if you want to see want to know what that original script was, if you look at the Child's Play comic books that were, if you could find them, mind you, it's in there. So yeah, check that out. Worst I have is Dumb and Dumber or Dumb and Dumber Part 2, the prequel or whatever. Star Wars Phantom Menace, Blues Brothers 2000. Any movie after Leprechaun Part 1, especially the Leprechaun in the Hood movies. They're not even funny. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't care. Like, it could be a bad movie, as long as it's a little funny, I'll give it, that's not too bad. But, no. Even Leprechaun 1, I'm kind of just like, Intercessor, another rock and roll nightmare. I love a rock and roll nightmare. And that sequel was shot like ass, completely terrible, and offers nothing to mankind ever. I'm sorry. Zombie 4 and Zombie 5. I think Zombie 4 is After Death, and Zombie 5 is Killing Birds. The Cinema Snob did a whole thing on these zombie sequels, but they're just not good in general, and you should avoid them. Zombie 3 is kind of interesting. But 4 and 5 is just awful. Let's see here. I also have Hellraiser 3, which it has its alright points, but it's just crap. You know, anything with, what's her name in it? Is it Brooke Shields? I don't even remember. But yeah, it's not good. It's called Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth. Like some of the quotes that are in there that Pinhead gives is really interesting, and then the idea of him killing a whole club of people, interesting. Hellraiser 4, the one where it's in space, Pinhead in space and stuff. Again, it's bad, but it has its alright points. And if you watch the work print of it, if you could find it, mind you, it's a lot better. It's a lot more, because Kevin Yeager, the guy who did the original Child's Play, or the effects for Child's Play, my nose itches so much when I do this. Kevin Yeager, who did the effects for Chucky up to, I like to say Seed. He directed this movie, or directed Hellraiser 4, and he actually took his name off of it because they cut it so much. But if you get a composite of the work print, or get the work print, you'll see most of what his intentions were. So yeah, I don't know. It's alright, but if you had to watch it, watch the work print if you can. Alright, hopefully that answered your question, Samantha. This is from Phantom Creeps. What are your thoughts on Escape from New York? I loved it. That movie's awesome. John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, what the hell's his name? Donald Pleasance. What the hell's his name? Chef. What the hell? I forget his name. Now the thing is, there's a really awesome fan edit of Escape from New York. They have a remastered copy of the beginning of Escape from New York, where it has the whole subway scene, or not subway, the bank heist scene in it, that actually gives Snake a really interesting background on how he got caught and stuff like that, to do the whole Escape from New York thing. And I could see why they cut it out, but at the same time, no. To me, it offered more character to why, how he got there and stuff like that. I don't know. The sequel, it's okay, you know. It's an R-rated continuation, but at the same time, it's really unnecessary. But I do like Snake Plissken. I thought that is an awesome character. I really think... I remember back when they did the movie Maniac set and they had Snake in there. And I'm like, dude, they did Escape from L.A. Who the hell would want... I mean, he's cool and all. He's got the leather on and shit like that. But no, you gotta do classic Plissken if you're fucking making an action figure out of him. That's like doing John McClane and like making a John McClane Die Hard figure, but it's Live Free or Die Hard. You know? I don't know. And then another question the same fan creeps said, what are your favorite films of all time? Can you name at least 5? Now, I didn't think about this too much because it's a very hard question for me to ask. So I just thought of 5 random ones that I know no matter what, I'll be like, yep, that movie's awesome. Child's Play. That movie's awesome. Garbage Pail Kids. The movie. I know a lot of people will be like, that movie's fucking terrible. I don't know why you like that movie. I don't know. I grew up with it. It was one of the first movies I ever owned. I watched it like thousands of times, so that's probably why I like it. Maniac with Joe Spinell in it, I think. Ghostbusters, the first one, awesome. And all of the Lord of the Rings movies, because that is a really awesome epic tale. Now the next one is from Andrew Andrew Nowdog. Andrew Nowdog. However you say it. He says, if you do a Q&A, can you show your tattoos? I never got a good look at them, so yeah. What tattoos do you have? Most of my tattoos are almost 10 years old, so they're very faded and they're very silly, and yeah. Everyone in some ways movie related, so I will show them really quick. And they're all on my forearms, because apparently that's how I like to roll. But the first one is a Chucky one. It says Charles Lee Ray, Chucky, and that's supposed to be like Chucky before he became Chucky. I got this back in like almost 2001, 2002. And this says in like I guess Old English, good guy, as in like good guy doll toys. Then you have, this one's like supposed to be like a Thorn from the Thorn cults from, what was it, Halloween 6. And this is like the logo for Lex, the artificial wormhole from the Dark Zone, from the Light Universe into the Dark Zone. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. Only 4. Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, Andrew Nail Dog. I would like to get more tattoos, but at the moment I have like a lot of like extra skin from losing a lot of weight. So I don't really want to get any right at the moment, but I'd like to get more Child's Play tattoos. Maybe a Nail Gun Massacre tattoo. That'd be pretty cool. Anyways. Next one is from Fuzzy Queen 05. And she says, why is your girlfriend so awesome? And I wrote, because her name is May and she loves Taylor Lautner, aka Jacob from Twilight. Now the next few are from Stuffed Burrito Entertainment, aka Big Gabe, from FavoriteScene.com. First question is, has there ever been a film at whatever age you saw that truly gave you nightmares or freaked you out or grossed you out? And there are. If you're a fan of my site, before I had to start wearing this bullshit, you'll know my reaction to the Human Centipede trailer. So yeah, and if you know what the Human Centipede is, you know what it's all about. And like I literally just not from the movie itself, just from the trailer, had so much problem with that and the idea of like being attached to buttholes. So yeah, that was one that definitely freaked me out, and I actually had like, not like nightmares, but like daydreams about it, I guess. It was just, ugh, terrible. Child's Play, when I was a kid, I had a big thing of Chucky. I couldn't really watch any Chucky movies probably until about the third one came on VHS, and I think I started watching them. Yeah, but before that, like, because I was in the era of like Teddy Ruxpin and My Buddy and stuff like that, so I had both those, like a talking toys and stuff like that, like dolls. So yeah, what else? Anything really to do with maggots and like something with eye gouging and stuff like that. Like I can't, like, it's hard for me to watch those movies like August Underground or like Squirm Fest or something of that sort, and maybe some of the Faces of Death type things. It's hard for me to watch that kind of stuff. Like maybe animal cruelty and whatnot. Just cause I'm like, it doesn't do anything for me. And I've actually grown a lot accustomed to like testicular torture and like people getting their penises ripped off and stuff like that. So I built up a really good tolerance to that, so that doesn't bother me the slightest now, but at one time it used to really bother me. Let's see here. Next question. Are you against for horror movie sequels or remakes? And I put, it depends on how it's handled and who's doing it. The best example, as of recent I could say, is the Child's Play remake, and I've been following that pretty alright, They have Brad Dourif returning as Chucky's voice. I don't know if he's returning as the guy. I don't think he is. Some of the characters I'm like kind of about. But I mean, at least they got Brad Dourif coming back as the voice of Chucky. I just hope they don't fuck up like some of the other things about it. And I saw some of the cast from it; they looked all right. As I said, if it's done right, it's good. And the next question for that was, what are some of the good and bad sequels and remakes? Well, I just listed some of the good ones because there's no more bad than good. And these are my opinion on these. The Blob from 1988, or 19 something, 80 something. The Night of the Living Dead, 90s version, the one that Savini directed. The 78 Body Snatchers. Cape Fear, the one with Robert De Niro. Little Shop of Horrors, with Rick Moranis. The Fly. The Thing, the one with Kurt Russell. Not the new one that's coming out, which is supposed to be the prequel, which I'm totally not excited about. And Vanilla Sky, which was a remake of a Spanish film called, I think, Open Your Eyes or something like that. Next question is, if you got into making horror films and Tom Savini wanted to collaborate with you in some way, would you work with him even though you've expressed that many times that he's a douche? I put, it depends how much I'm getting paid and how much I actually have to be around Tom Savini. And really, I really don't think Tom does makeup work anymore. I mean, if anything, he just does, like, consultations. There's a whole thing about Tom Savini that I could probably go off on a one video about. Like, I've heard so much stuff from people who've worked with him, like, from the 80s to, like, the 90s to, like, now. Like Jerry Gergely, another one of my teachers there. Like, he worked with him back when on, like, Day of the Dead and stuff like that, and Two Evil Eyes. And then, like, he works with them when I was at school, and he's like, dude, this guy's like night and day. He used to be such a nice guy. Now he thinks he's like the fucking, like, shit don't stink and stuff like that. I remember another time with Tom Savini where he came in from doing plastic surgery because he got rid of bags under his eyes. He looked all fucked up. And I bet you he didn't want to come in to show people that he got the work done. Because he's got, like, these stitches all right here. I guess to, like, to make it so it's nice and, not there anymore. So, yeah, that was really kind of funny. But, yeah, if I had to, I guess I would work with him. But I guess how much I get paid and how much I have to deal with the douche. I'd have him sign my copy of Vicious. Ah, Vicious. Or Children of the Dead. His whole 4 minutes in that movie. Or Children of the Living Dead, sorry. If you were to restricted, next question. If you were restricted in some way from watching horror films, what other genre would you switch to? Comedy. I have an assload of comedy. It doesn't seem like I don't, but I do. I have like a lot of classic comedies. I have a lot of series comedy. Like I like movies like Airplane, Kentucky Fried Movie, let's see, Third Rock from the Sun, The Critic, Family Guy. What other comedies do I like? Heathers. Let's see. A lot of 80s comedies. Blues Brothers, Ghostbusters. You know, and it all depends, I guess, if I could mix genres, if it was a comedy horror. You know, if that case. Yeah. But yeah, comedy, definitely, because I like to laugh and I like horror films. Last question here in all is, would you ever sell, trade, or destroy any of the films that you own? And I do have a list of some here. I put Pocket Ninjas, Intercessor, Another Rock and Roll Nightmare, because that movie's fucking terrible. I can't believe I paid like $12 for that film. Diary of the Dead, because as of right now, that's the worst Romero movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen Survivor of the Dead, or whatever, Survival of the Living Dead, or whatever. I've seen like clips of it, and I have no time for that film. Like, it's a continuation of the other one, so it's just going to be like a long turd, a piece of the turd got chunked off and they made another movie about it. I'm not watching that. Believers, which was a movie that kind of freaked me out too. I just didn't like it. It was a weird cult movie. And Bad Biology, which really pissed me off. One of my friends, Stuart, we talked about that, and like how we were like, oh man, it's Frank, was it Hettenlauder's Return to Cinema. It's going to be awesome. Great film. The guy did Basket Case and Frankenhooker. It's going to be awesome. And then we watch it, and it's crap. It's nothing. It's a turd sandwich. One of the worst movies I own. It's not good. There's nothing there. There's a Frank Hollenlitter style of like the filming and with the effects and some of the acting. But it's crap. And it's actually, like, funded by, like, a rap group or something. And I'm like, it's crap. I just didn't like it. It went away from, like, the style that I loved in the 80s and early 90s. And it bothered me. And the very last question is, would you ever stop buying physical discs and switch over to digital downloads? And I would always purchase discs no matter what, until there was a time where I couldn't at all. Now there are times when I do get like copies of things online and I put them on discs, but I would always want a physical copy of a disc no matter what. Even if it's like music, if I download something from iTunes, I'm going to convert that shit and play it on a disc. I don't have a little MP3 player to put like in my car, or else I probably would do less discs. But since I only have CDs at the moment, I gotta put them on CD. So, but yeah, there was this article. I'm just gonna go off a tangent here. There was an article in the summertime that I remember reading about, like, you know, this will be an eventuality where everything will be digital download, and or the streaming type thing like on Netflix, and you know, people will not have need for discs. And I'm thinking to myself, no, there always are going to be a need to have the physical item in your hand, the perception of ownership of a thing, you know. I don't know. Like, I just don't get it. Like, you know, people say, like, you know, that media is dead. I'm like, even vinyl still exists in some aspect. You know, it's still going to be around no matter what. Same thing with VHS. There's still going to be some VHS release. It's going to be very, very little. But people are still releasing VHSs. You know? I mean, the media ain't completely dead, but it's pretty much dead. You know? Now it's like a more nostalgic type thing, yeah. So that's been my Q&A. So hopefully I answered all the questions as well as I could have. I will put all the YouTube links to everyone who asked me questions down below. And yeah, any questions more? If I get, as I said, if I get up to 6 to 10, I'll do another Q&A. So yeah, thanks to everyone who participated. You guys are awesome, and yeah, I don't know if there will be any new videos soon, but I'm sure there'll be something at some time. So yeah, this has been Mr. Rich doing my Q&A number 1, and I'm done. Stay classy, YouTube. Brr.